Hi guys, thanks for clicking on the video today. My name is Maria and this is another makeup moment with me, Maria. And I'm so glad you guys clicked on the video because today, y'all, I'm going to be doing a part 2 review of the One Size Turn Up the Base Full Coverage Foundation. This is the newest foundation from that brand, and if by the time you're watching this video, I have already put up my first impressions video, but I want to go back in. I want to try it again using some different products, using some different techniques. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I really do like this foundation, so we already know that. But I just want to, give it another try and see what else I can do with it. I'm going to try not to make this video so long, so I'm going to go through things pretty quickly. So I just want to show everything from the beginning. I'm going to be starting out with my skincare. My face is freshly washed, and I'm going to be going in with this Rose Deep Hydration Oil-Based Serum from the brand Fresh, which is one of my favorite skincare brands. And I'm doing this because I have dry skin. And the thing about this foundation, it is a matte foundation. It says soft matte, but nonetheless matte. And if you're going to be adding powders and things of that nature, baby, you got to, and you have dry skin, you have got to put on the skincare. And next I'm going to go in with the Fresh Black Tea Age Delay Eye Concentrate, also from Fresh. And because the last time, y'all, my under eyes were really dry because I brought the foundation all the way up to, my under eye. So you don't want to put a matte foundation, matte concealer, and then add a mattifying powder all under your eye. That's not cute. And then finally, for a moisturizer, I am going to use today, I'm going to use my Pharmacy Honey Halo, one of my favorite moisturizers. And yeah, so we're going to just slather this on. And this may seem like a lot because it's typically a lot for me, but I just realized if I'm going to wear this foundation with my dry skin, this is what I have to do. Okay guys, so I went ahead and did my eyes. I decided to do something green today. So what we have on the eyes today, we have, first of all, our green color fix. This is the shade Matcha. And then I have Mo Money, Mo Problems from MAC. So these two is what I have on my eyes. So now we're going to go in with primer. I have the e.l.f. Power Grip with 5%. Oh, is it not 5%? I don't know, I can't read that, but it's with niacinamide. So we're going to go ahead and use this. And see, yesterday I used my Dior Backstage Universal Primer with the Turn Up the Base Full Coverage Foundation. And it was really nice. It gave a really nice finish. And everything looked beautiful all day. But I want to see what this e.l.f. primer can do with that foundation. Also, the last time I used the Turn Up the Base foundation, I did use the sponge. But I used the sponge dry because that's the way Patrick Starr used it in his video. And according to him, if you want the fullest coverage, then you want to use the sponge dry. If you want a more sheer out coverage, then you want to use the sponge damp. So today I'm going to use it damp. I just want to see what kind of coverage I'll get if I use it damp. So this is the foundation. I'm using the shade 25N, and you have to shake it up because it has the 16 clean ingredients. And by now you guys have probably seen so many reviews on this foundation, so you probably know the claims by heart. But this is a full coverage, waterproof, sweat-proof, weightless foundation that does not clog pores. It has some kind of rice powder, really, which helps with the blurring. It has some amino acids and some other ingredients, 16 clean ingredients, to make this a really fabulous foundation. I say the word fabulous because I do like it. It comes in 40 shades, from the fairest complexions to the deepest. They have different undertones. So yeah, I'm sure you can find something for your complexion. I did purchase this from Sephora, but I did use the shade finder on the One Size website to help me find my shade. And it said my shade was, well, it gave me two different shades, 25N, and I think the other one was a 40NG. I don't know. It was a darker shade. So I settled with the 25N because I felt like neutral is safe. Definitely say I love the bottle. I love the red packaging. I love red. Red is one of my favorite colors. Well, all colors are my favorite colors. But I really love red. It's so pretty. So luxe. The bottle is very heavy. You can hurt somebody with this. So I like that. So $44. It feels definitely like a high-end luxury product. So we're going to just spray. I'm just going to put about 2 pumps. That's how much I used yesterday. And we're just going to start applying this to the skin with a damp sponge. And I have to remember not to go under my eye, although I think I just went under my eye. Mm. I mean, he says for a more sheared out look, use a damp sponge, but to me, this is still just as full of a coverage as it was yesterday. I don't see anything less. So we're gonna just do the same on this side. And like I said in my video, when I did my first impression, you don't have to spend a lot of time blending. It blends into the skin very well, very quickly. It dries down. You can definitely see that matte finish pretty quickly. I'm just a person, when I'm using a sponge, I just like the feel of the sponge, and this feels good. Now, I still like my Beauty Blender sponge better. This feels good, but it feels like a Real Techniques sponge. But definitely feels better than those Amazon sponges. If y'all are still buying Amazon sponges, stop it. Those sponges are hard and they feel like plastic. Definitely get you a better sponge. And keeping it full coverage, I'm going to go in with my Lancome Tinty Doll. $4.95. This is a full coverage concealer. And in my opinion, it's the best concealer. So the last time I used the concealer, I did use the sponge to blend out my concealer. You definitely can do that. But really, I like to blend out my concealer with a brush because I really do need the concealer to conceal. And I felt like with the sponge, it was definitely picking up the product and I didn't get the benefit of the coverage. The last time I used this the last time I used the sponge to blend out the concealer. So that's why today I'm making sure I go in with a brush. It's just so much better for its concealer. Now I love the sponge to get the foundation on my face, but concealer, I need a brush. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. I really wanted to use my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye to highlight, but I can't find it. And I know it's sitting right here in plain sight, but I have so much stuff on this table. I can't see it. I can't find it. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in with Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin. Just the Lift and Flex Concealer. I have the shade 12. And I do like this concealer. It's not as bright, but it is definitely smooth. We're just going to have to use this today, because I don't have time to be hunting and searching. The only thing I don't like about this concealer is the applicator. It is so short that you can't really, to me, get the amount of product out that you probably desire. And maybe that's by design, because if you ever watched Danessa apply concealer to her clients or to the models on her page, she uses very, very, very little concealer. And it's funny because when I see people using concealer, I see people going in, like slathering it on. But it's funny when I see makeup artists apply concealer, they tend to use just a little bit. So I need more than just a little bit, but maybe that's because I'm not a makeup artist. But maybe if I got my makeup done professionally, they would probably use just a little bit of concealer. And this is drying down quickly. I don't remember it drying down like this, but it's probably because of the mattified foundation. It's fine. Then I'm going to take the sponge and just so I'm going to be using the LYS Cream Contour Stick in the shade Strength today to do just a little bit of contouring. So I'm going to use the sponge to blend this out. I typically use a brush to blend out my cream contours, but I just want to see what the sponge can do. I'm going to use a clean side. Let's see what happens. And I'm blending my, I guess this is the jaw contour. I'm blending it down. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and start setting. I'm going to be using my Sephora translucent setting powder. I'm going to be using this brush. It's like I say a cat paw brush. It's from Amazon collection, but I like the way it gets up under the under eye. And since yesterday I did use the sponge to set my entire face, I'm going to go into this powder with the sponge, and I'm just going to set everything. And because I like the color of this powder, this is the Kosas Cloud Baked Setting Powder. It is a natural finish setting powder, so it's not going to mattify my skin anymore. It's just going to give me just a little bit of a light coverage, but still give my skin like this really soft glow. Also, that Sephora powder is a natural finish powder. So we're not putting any matte powders on our face. Not today. I did that yesterday. I'm not doing it today. So now for bronzing, I'm going to stick with the One Size Bronze Trio in the shade Dark. Another really nice product from One Size. I'm using the Sephora 80 brush, and we're just going to start sweeping this on. I like a little bit of extra bronzer. I just found my IT Cosmetics concealer, and it was sitting right here on this table with all my stuff. I knew I was going to find it when I wasn't looking for it. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and do blush today. So I have the One Size Cheek Clappers. This is one of their kind of pink shades. It's called Fat Ass, and I'm going to use that as my blush today. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sweep between the matte and the shimmer, and see what we come up with. I don't feel like it's coming up as pigmented as I remember. Maybe my brush is too fluffy. So I'm going to try more dense. Okay, yeah, now I see it. We're going to go in with some of that shimmer. That is some blush. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and spray my face and kind of melt all these powders together. And then I'm going to choose a lip, put some mascara on, and then we can wrap up the video. Alright guys, so I am done with my makeup, and I really do love it. I love it because it's colorful. It's, this is what I consider a beat. Somebody else may say, no, you don't have on lashes, you don't have on a certain type of lip, you don't have this, but this is what I like. I especially love my eyes today. So guys, I went in, like I told you, I went in with the Color Fix by Danessa Myricks, the shade Matcha. It's a really pretty green, vibrant green shade. And then I went in with More Money, More Problems, which is I call it army green, but it's a deep green, dark green shade from MAC. I used that on my eyes today. I also went in the waterline with the Color Fix. And I also brought out my MAC pencils, y'all. I forgot I had these. So this is a green eyeliner from MAC. And I love it. So I put that in the waterline as well. And kind of smushed it out just a little bit. So I could have just a kind of a smoky green. I don't know. But anyway, so that's what I have on my eyes. And then for my lips, I went in and I lined my lips with this MAC lip liner. This is in the shade Current. It's a really deep, pretty purple. And I keep forgetting I have these. I love them because as far as a lip liner, it just glides on so smoothly. And then I went in for my lip color. I used also Color Fix. This is the shade Valentine, because I wanted a really pretty pink lip, and that's what I got. But I wanted that purple in there as well. So with the lip liner Current and the Color Fix, it gave me the lip that I wanted today. All right, so that's it for the eyes and the lips. But we're here to talk about the foundation. Again, this is part 2 of my review. My first review was just a first impression, but this time I'm wearing it with knowing how it performs. So let me just tell you, this is considered to be, it is a full coverage foundation, But I think you can get away with keeping it medium coverage if you don't want to go full coverage. You can use that by using less product, or Patrick says if you use a sponge, use it damp, and that would shear it out more. But to me, I feel like it was more full coverage because I had some situations around here and I don't see it at all. And my sponge was damp. But I like it. Full coverage is something that's new to me. Now, this also says that it is weightless, it is waterproof, sweat proof. Those are big claims. And let me tell you, when I wore this the first time, I did not sweat. I got a little bit, just a little bit of, you know, sweat in the center of my face, which is what I normally do. But I also use my Prep and Prime powder from MAC. And that really, once I went out into the sun, y'all, I did not sweat. I mean, the sun was in my face. And the only other product that has done work like that as far as sweat proof is my MAC Cream to Powder Foundation. You can go out in the sun, even if your face feels like it wants to sweat. The foundation is going to block it. Like, no. And that's what this did yesterday. It blocked the sweat, y'all. I did not sweat anymore yesterday, and I wore this for almost 10 hours. So definitely sweat proof, waterproof. I will say this, once I started putting the Color Fix into my waterline, this eye started to water, and it just dripped down, and you can't even tell that my eyes were watering. Usually when my eyes water while I'm putting on my makeup, it messes up my makeup. But this, no, it did not mess up. So I'm really happy about that. So I definitely would think this is waterproof. I mean, I don't know if you're going to be walking in the rain, out by the pool. Maybe somebody gets mad and you have a Real Housewives moment and somebody throws a glass of water in your face. I don't know. But anyway, but for me, yes, I agree with all of those claims. Sweat-proof, waterproof, weightless. It also says it doesn't clog pores. So I don't know. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's it. I love the packaging on here. The bottle is very luxe. It's very heavy. Feels like you spent your money on something. And I really do like that. As far as the sponge, I do like the sponge. I love the sponge for getting the foundation all over the face and getting it blended out really nicely. But all the different sides, it can be a little bit intimidating, a little bit confusing. But I like that they're there. So if you need a clean side, you can flip this, flop it any kind of way, and you have a whole new sponge. I like the size of it. You know, it starts out small, but then it gets bigger. And yeah, so this is $19. It's $1 cheaper than the Beauty Blender. But do you need this? I don't know. I didn't really need it. I just bought it to try it. But I am glad I have it. Once this is done, would I buy it again? Probably not. But I do buy the Beauty Blender over and over. I just like the way it feels. And then, too, I like the point of it because the point can get right into the under eye. I mean, you can squeeze this and do, you know. But I don't know. This is really for the face, I think. I don't know. It's just one of those products that is fun to have, fun to buy. If they ever have it on sale, yes, I will get another one. But I wouldn't pay $19 for it again. All right, guys. So that's it. I'm done rambling. This concludes my part 2 review of the Turn Up the Base Full Coverage Full Beat Concealer in the shade 25N. I'm loving it. I think my face looks really nice. It looks really good today. And I'm going to have this on all day too. All right, guys, that's it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the foundation. If you tried it, if you haven't tried it, is it on your list to try? Did my review help you in any way? Let me know what you think about this look. You know, I love a good green and pink moment. It could be spring, it could be fall, whatever. I love it. So that's it, guys. I'll see you in my next video. All right, bye.